Hi, I'm about today. Welcome to my channel Africa Every Day. Today, for this episode, we're going to talk about the traditional method that we use for treating malaria in Africa. According to United Nations, malaria kills over 1 million people worldwide every year. It kills more than 1 million people worldwide every year. In one of my previous videos, I actually talked about different methods that we use to protect ourselves against mosquitoes. Different method that we used to use. So if you have never watched that video, you can actually see the clip here and watch it. So for this episode, we're looking at different ways that we use for curing ourselves of malaria, African and Nigerian specifically. Now, for example, we've adopted. Now, let me say most of us have actually adopted the westernized medicine, the mechanized medicine. So I'll be telling you the difference between mechanized and the traditional medicine, and why many of us, including me, are actually adopting the mechanized, I'm going to call it westernized drugs, and leaving traditional behind. So we're actually going to be talking about that. Special thanks to my patrons for supporting me, for making all this possible. Thank you so much. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you for supporting this channel. And Mr. Mike at Tommy Stream, you are the best. I'll forever be grateful to you. Thank you so much. All right. I hope you enjoyed this video. Now, to treat malaria, we have two options in Nigeria here. It's either we use the mechanized drugs or we use our own traditional method. Like, for example, now when my wife was actually down with malaria, these are some of the drugs that I actually bought for her. You can see that. We have the Ciprotab, very common in Nigeria, and we have Lonet. It's also very common for treating malaria in Nigeria. We also have Antifort. It's also very common for treating malaria in Nigeria. But you're all familiar with this. So this is what I'll be showing you for treating malaria. The different herbs, the different barks, and the different roots and fruits included sometimes that we use for treating malaria, for creating Agbo. Called Agbo. Let me quickly explain that. Agbo is actually a juice or substance that is extracted from probably a herb or a fruit or a bark or combination of them that is taken as form of medicine. It's all called Agbo in Yoruba language. A-G-A-B-O. Yes, G-B combined in Yoruba language is called B. When you combine G and B together, just one letter, we call it B. So I'll be showing you all the herbs, roots that are combined together to form malaria drugs that we use for treating ourselves. Alright, let me start the identification now. You can see we have them here. This is everything. I just took sample. You still have more here of each sample, but I just took each sample out so that I can actually identify. I thought I can identify them. I went to the woman selling this. She's a family friend. She helped me to identify the Yoruba names of all these herbs and roots. So on my own, I had to go and research the English name of all of them. I tried, but only two that was unable to get the English name, which I'm going to show you. Now, to start with this in Yoruba language, I'm very, very sorry for the great apology for the background noise. This Nigerian is a very, very noisy country. Now, this one I will call it a wheat tea. In English, this is actually called lemongrass. This is called lemongrass in English language as a common name. Now, for this now, in Yoruba, this is called Igiohun. Now, this is actually a bark. They call it Igiohun, and the English name is Alstonia congensis. So we call it Igiohun. All right. Followed by this. This one, we call it Pandoro. Yoruba call it Pandoro. But the English name is sausage tree. Sausage tree is the English name. We have this. We call it Amoje. This is one of the bark that was unable to get the English name. I don't know. I was unable to get the English name, the common name of this bark called Amoje in Yoruba language. We have this. This one is called Egbesi. That's your Yoruba word, but in English it's called pin cushion. Pin cushion, that's what's called in English language. It's also a bark. Then for this one is called Awokpa in Yoruba language. In English it's called African yellow wood. African yellowwood. That's the tree is called African yellowwood, and it's also a bark. See that? This one, Egbesi. Just like we did now. The previous one we did, that Egbesi is actually a bark, but this one is the root. So this is pincushion root. This is pincushion tree root. This is the root of pincushion tree. You see that? Okay. Then we have Ifon. Yoruba name is Ifon, while the English name is Olax subscopedia. Please, I can actually pronounce this down comfortably. I think this one is actually the botanical name, not the English name. We call it Ifon. This is actually a root. It's a root. So the botanical name, I could not find the common name, is Olax subscopedia. Okay. Thank God I didn't lose my tooth. Then this one is called, this is also a root. It's called Shakbo. We call it Shakbo in Yoruba language. The English word, the scientific name, the botanical name is called Anthoclester jalonensis. I could not find the English name of this root too. For this is called Oke. Okay, the tree that this was gotten from is called Oke, Igi Oke, but the English name is oak tree. Oak tree. That's one of the common trees too. Oak tree. Then for this, we have, this one is called Ogonwo, Igi Ogonwo in Yoruba language, while in English it's called mahogany tree. So this is also a bark. That's what it's called. Then for the last one, Owo root is the second bark, the second item that was unable to get the English name. Both the English and the scientific name was unable to get either. So this is the last one. So the next thing now is now to wash them, to cook them, and to enjoy the medicine. All right, the rinsing now. I'm actually supposed to use tap water, running tap water to actually rinse it. But there's no running water. This is Nigerian. That one is is relatively scarce. So I'll be using the bowl to rinse it now. And this is the pot that I'll be using to cook it. Now you might be wondering, what kind of pot is this? Look at the way. Okay, when you look at it now, this pot is a very big pot. It's specifically used for cooking agbo. That's what we use it for. Specifically, the specialty of this pot is actually to cook agbo. So that is why we have all these stains all over. They're actually the stains of agbo that it has been enjoying for the past years. You can see that now, right? And this is also another agbo in my kitchen. You can see this. This is also another agbo. This one is a hemorrhoid agbo for treating pile hemorrhoid. So that is what this agbo is for. You can see that? Just a small cup of glass. Twice or once in a week. I can smell the camphor inside. All right, so I'm not going to use all the herbs. I'm actually not going to use all of them. This one is too long. Too long. They have to be rinsed because of sand particles that will be on them. Malaria is a serious disease in Africa. Very, very serious disease. In fact, for the past 20 years, the only disease, the only sickness that actually befalling me is malaria. Malaria is the only disease that has befallen me for the past 20 years. Just to tell you how serious it is in Africa. Once again, special thanks to my patrons for making all this possible. Without you, this channel will not be alive. Thank you so much. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you so much. I'm in your debt. And of course, Mr. Mike. He's my friend. Mr. Mike is my friend. He's my confidant. He's my producer. He's my advisor. He's my director. He's my almost everything. I owe him a lot. Sometimes I don't even know how to thank him. Sometimes I don't even know how to tell him thank you. But I'm actually going to, my subscribers, I'm actually going to ask something of you, please. I have something that I want to ask of you, and I'll be very, very happy and glad you can do it for me, please. You want me to ask? For those of you that are actually Mr. Mike subscribers, for his next video, please, I want you to go to his channel and help me to type thank you on behalf of Babatunde. Please, if you can do that, I'll be very, very glad. Please, please, please. Go to his next video, just type thank you on behalf of Babatunde on his channel. Please, I'll be very, very glad you can do it for me. Thank you very much. It will mean a lot to me. Only for those of you, and if you are not a subscriber too, you can actually visit his channel and do it too. He's a wonderful man. A man like him is very, very rare. Okay, then we have the lemongrass. Okay, all right. So the next thing is to fill the pot with water. Actually, some people would prefer now to use ordinary water. Some people prefer to use water that is extracted from the making of akamu. For those of you that watch my akamu, I called a water. I called it omeko. That is water that has gone sour. That is what some people actually prefer to use to cook this. But actually, be using ordinary water to cook it, I believe it will still give the same results. And that is one of the reasons why I said I'm going to tell you the advantages that westernized or mechanized drugs, medicine, have over our traditional medicine. All right. Come on now. Stay. Thank you. Yes. So cover it up and come back in the next 1 hour to check it. All right, I can perceive the medicinal aroma already. Oh, look at that. Yes, I think I need to probably remove the lid. I can smell the medicinal aroma already. All right, I'll give you 10 minutes more. All right, I think it's time for me to reduce the flame. Oh, let me reduce the flame. The control is very hot. Oh God. The control is very hot. Yes. I've reduced the volume of the flame. So, my daughter is also going to drink part of this. Yes. My daughter is going to drink, my wife, our whole family is going to drink this. Alright, it is ready now. I'll put this down. It is still very, very hot, so I have to be very, very careful. Oh, look at that. The bag has actually absorbed the water again. So you have to press the lid and let it flow. Let it flow outside. So this is it. Let me teach you a trick. If you want your coffee or your tea to cool down very quickly, this is how you do it. I actually learned this. I learned this from from an abuki. If you want it to cool down quickly, you can see there. This is actually bitter. Yes, this agbo is bitter. While we are waiting for it to cool down. Now, let me explain one of the reasons why Nigerians prefer to use westernized or mechanized drug over this agbo. Number one is that getting drugs is more convenient than getting agbo. What do I mean by that? For example, now, if I need a malaria drug now, I just have to enter into a pharmacy, give them money, they give it to me, I come home, I swallow it, and the drug starts working. But if I'm to use Agbo, I will have to go to where they are selling the materials, the herbs, the root. I'll buy it, I'll come home, I'll rinse it, I'll cook it before I can actually consume it. And that is very, very difficult for somebody who is that's not easy for somebody who is down with malaria. That can only be done by somebody else. So the convenience is one reason. Then another reason is they will call lack of chemical analysis in Agbo. Now, traditional medicine, there's no chemical analysis. We don't actually know much about overdose and things like that. For example, now, what quantity of this should I take? There is no actual measurement that the quantity that should be taken. That's why many of us are actually avoiding taking this Agbo, unless it's a very, very common Agbo that the side effect is not common. Then, and the third reason is that those people that actually prepare this, they are uneducated. No, don't let me say they are uneducated. They are not westernly educated. So they are not westernly educated. They are not formally trained. So we don't completely trust them. And all of them, most of them, all of them are also superstitious. They are not actually scientifically objective. They are superstitious. Is another reason why we prefer westernized or mechanized drugs over our own Agbo. But believe me, there are a lot of effective Agbo out there. There are a lot of herbs, leaves. When you combine them, they will actually solve whatever ailment, not whatever ailment, the particular ailment that herbs is meant for. All right, I believe it is actually cold enough because I don't want it to scald my tongue. That is bitter, but it is still hot. If you have any question concerning this, please let me know in the comment section below. The fourth reason why most of us prefer mechanized or westernized or processed drug is simply because of the same chemical analysis. Like, for example, now, if any unintended reaction or an allergy or an overdose occurs in a patient, for the chemical analyzed drugs, it can easily be detected, so it can be reversed because they know the exact content that is consumed. But for this Agbo now, different herbs are combined, different substances, everything mixed together. It will be difficult to actually diagnose, actually detect the exact substance that is causing the allergy. It will be very, very difficult, especially those who understand the Agbo don't even understand it up to that level. So it is not easy when there's an allergy or unintended reaction to diagnose. It is very, very difficult when you are taking that, unlike the westernized or the processed drugs. In fact, that is one of the key reasons why most of us actually prefer that. I think it's cold enough now. Yes, it's cold enough. Believe me, this is bitter. It's still hot. Still hot. I hope you enjoyed that video. Please, if you enjoyed the video, press the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification. And special thanks to my patron for making this possible. Thank you so much for supporting me. Without you, this channel will not be in existence. Thank you so much. And please don't forget what I ask of you. Please go to Atomic Strength. Atomic Strength, that is his channel, and help me to write thank you on the comment section. Thank you on behalf of Baba Tunde. Please, it means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Mr. Mike is a great man. I don't even know how to describe him. The matters, I don't even know. So please do this for me. And if you want to become my patron, you will see the link to become my patron in the comment section and also in the video description. And also, you just want to donate to my GoFundMe, just once donation. You also see the link in the description of the video. Thank you very much for watching this. See you next time.